Out now on Blu-ray from Visual Vengeance is the straight-to-video, shot-on-video, set in New Hampshire horror film LYCAN Colony from 2006. Now, I've said before that I tend to have a sort of dim view of shot-on-video films. I appreciate anybody who can get a film made and released, and made, completed, and released, and it's just always aesthetically, something about shot-on-video always pushes me back a little bit. So I started watching this and I'm like, wow, this is really boring. This is really not very good. And then it started getting really not very good. And then it started getting so not very good, it was really good. This movie is terrible. Director Rob Roy has crafted something magical in this film. I believe this was his first. I think the story behind this film is that he had made music videos and those had been pretty popular, so he decided he would try to make a feature film. And it's terrible. It's awful. But we're talking about it. And it's got a Blu-ray release, which is not its first time it's been out. And it's wildly entertaining in how not very good it is. So kudos. You made a film that's worth talking about and a film that's memorable, which is more than I can say for some films that had 1,000 times the budget of this film and 1,000 times the resources. So what is this film about? About 88 minutes. What is this film about? A disgraced alcoholic surgeon moves to New Hampshire, or has moved to New Hampshire, and finds out that the town he's living in, this sleepy little town, is a lichen colony. It's a werewolf town. So shades of The Howling in a very, 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 very dim, shady way. So it's the acting is terrible. The just about every technical aspect of the film is terrible. The special effects are horrible. It's incredibly bad. But like I said, while I'm watching it, I'm like, this is just painful. This is just painful. Wait a minute, was that tattoo added digitally in post-production, and the person's neck moves and the tattoo doesn't? Yes, I need to rewind that and watch that again. Wait a minute. So it becomes hilarious. And it might not have been in... Some of the humor, I think, was intended. A lot of it was not. But it's like Ed Wood. He might have been intending to make a serious film. It didn't turn out that way, but he made a really entertaining movie, and you got to give somebody credit for that. So, LYCAN Colony, I'm not going to say too much more about it other than it is unbelievable. You cannot believe what you're seeing while you watch this movie. And I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, this is so ripe for the Riff Tracks people. And sure enough, Riff Tracks has done this and it's included on the disc. So it's a slightly shorter version. That a lot of times they'll edit them down a little bit for whatever reason, but it's a slightly shorter version of the movie with Riff Tracks, and the Riff Tracks version is quite wonderful too. They certainly have a lot of material to work with. So what do you get in this package of LYCAN Colony? The movie itself is worth the price of admission. I'm not even kidding. This is a film to watch, again, with people. This is the kind of thing, if you watch it alone, it'll be probably amusing and everything, but a little bit painful. But with a group, I think this movie would be a blast. So the extras include... Oh, what I have here is my notes for this film. I didn't even bother to write down the plot. Terrible acting, dialogue, sound effects, editing, and then at the end, a monkey. Yeah, there's a monkey at the end of this film. A totally unmotivated monkey at the end of this film. I think the monkey's motivation is that it wanted to eat, but it's just, anyway. The extras, we have a commentary by the director Rob Roy. A lot of it is play-by-play, which is, to me, is always pointless in a commentary where it's just like, and then they do this, and then she comes in the window and talks to him, and then he decides he's going to, yeah, I've seen it, I've watched it. So a lot of play-by-play in that. There's a commentary by Sam Panico of B&S About Movies, and Bill Van Ryn of Drive-In Asylum, or Groovy Doom as I refer to him. It's mostly play-by-play and a lot of commenting on the action, but it is what it is. You get a 2022 interview with director Rob Roy that's 21 minutes. You get a blooper reel that's 3 minutes, and it's mostly squashed for some reason. It's like the wrong aspect ratio. You get the Riff Tracks version, which is 73 minutes, so it's about 15 minutes shorter than mercifully 15 minutes shorter than the entire normal version of the film. You get a LYCAN Colony music video that is 3 minutes. It's a video for a song from the film featuring a band, and it's similarly, my note says similarly rough, meaning it's technically a little loose on the rough side. You get a lot of footage in the extras has interlacing issues, which is where things will move from side to side and it's like the picture almost looks striped. It's really weird. I never know what causes that. It tends to be symptomatic of older video for some reason that maybe it wasn't transferred well or who knows what. You get the original trailer that's a minute and a half and you get the Visual Vengeance trailer that's a minute. So all of that would be enough to say, wow, this is a loaded set. But wait, there's more. The packaging that Visual Vengeance does for these cheapy films is phenomenal. So you get really cool artwork on the cover of this package. You get the back cover, and then you find out that this is a slipcase, which, what does it do? Slips right off to reveal even cooler artwork on the inside that is made to somewhat to look like a video store cover. Not really. It's a bar. A primary scene in the film takes place in a bar. So very, very cool artwork there. The back is a slightly different version than the slipcase. And then you crack it open and check this out. You get a lichen colony New Hampshire forest scent air freshener, printing on both sides. Now, I'm from New Hampshire, so we'll see. Maybe it's part of New Hampshire I'm not from. You get the replica video store stickers that they always do with these Visual Vengeance releases. There's more. You get a little booklet with more original artwork. That's just a duo fold, but a bunch of text and information about the film. You thought I was done. You're like, what more could they put in this for this lichen colony thing? Well, you get a very cool looking mini poster of the very cool artwork commissioned for this film. There's more. You get the artwork on the disc that replicates the art that's on the slipcase. And then you get what the original artwork for the film looked like, which is as fits for what that film is. So, Lichen Colony, oh my God, this is one of the best surprises I've had. This was the first Visual Vengeance film I popped in, and I'm like, wow, if this is the kind of stuff they're putting out, I'm all for Visual Vengeance. I am anyway, because their releases are so well, they put so much into these, for these movies that were super low budget and never had much release in the first place. They're getting this beautiful treatment. So I hope people buy these, and I hope they do really well. Available now, you really need to see this. Available now from Visual Vengeance from 2006, Lichen Colony.